and now is your opportunity to answer this. What would you say is your overall philosophy on leadership? And I know you were saying yesterday that you think, leadership in and of itself is somewhat of a nebulous term.
Yeah, and I would say in and of itself, I don't know that nebulous, maybe not so much, but the reality is we talk about leadership a lot, and a lot of people define leadership a lot of different ways, and there are so many books written about leadership, so many conferences done about leadership. We talk about leadership a lot, but to me, when I think about the greatest leaders that I've ever studied in life, those leaders started out, the most important thing for them was to be a servant and to make sure that they are serving their teams, they're serving their organizations, they're serving their mission, they're serving the vision that they're trying to be a part of. And if you begin to put people first, and you put your teams and their objectives, their desires, I mean, obviously you've got to give vision, you've got to give direction.
Right.
But once you've established that and you've brought the right people into your team, then really the greatest job a leader does is then make sure that they understand what the desires, what the dreams, what the hopes, what are the things that those individuals who are part of their team want to do, and to lead them in that way. And so to me, it starts out, I mean, this may sound unusual in a leadership context, but to me, it starts out with love. And that if you don't love your people, then your people aren't going to love you, and you're not going to get a lot of things done. And when it comes down to it, most people are not necessarily going to buy into whatever it is that you're doing unless you first know. I mean, there's an old saying that says people want to know how much you care before they want to know how much you want them to do.
Right.
And so to me, that is really kind of the essence of it. And there are other aspects of it that I think are absolutely critical. But to me, it's all the foundation that starts around what does it mean to be a leader? What it means, leader means to love your people and to make sure that you're serving them.
Yeah, that's, oh my goodness. And this was not a setup. And so you didn't know I was about to go here. But so I just wrote this book, and the first chapter is Keeping Love Alive. And in it talks about not the eros type of love, but the agape type of love. It's the selfless care and concern for others. And that's what I hear you're saying. And as leaders, if we're doing that first, then it's more likely that the team is going to want to come along with us. And as I was even talking about yesterday, I said, you know what? It has to come from an authentic place. We can't say, what, we're loving them. It's just like if I tell you 100 times I love you, but you don't feel like it, as they feel like I do, then you'll say, this is a funny kind of love, right?
That's right. It's like having children, right? There's an old saying that says values are caught, not taught. And your kids watch you, and you can say what you want all day long, but what you do is what they're going to respond to. And I think the same thing is true for leadership. What you do as a leader is the aspect that your team and those whom you lead and you have the privilege and the honor of leading, that is what they will respond to, and they're going to respond to your actions. They're going to respond to the way that you care for them. Yeah, absolutely right, Dawn.